Hi Bolovies, welcome to Community Living with your girl Malevo. So last week we were talking about welcoming the year 2021 and saving up for the year 2021 when we're relating it to the goals that we're setting, right? So this week I'm bringing you guys the savings challenges that you could follow for the year 2021, what they are all about, how you can benefit from them, what would be the possible reasons that you might be using a savings challenge, and the different types of savings challenge, and also the different facilities or service providers that you can use to actually save up your money for like the savings challenge, right? Or preserve your money in a savings challenge, because obviously we don't want to put it under the mattress and inflation just erode the amount that we've saved up and so forth, right? Because we know in Africa we have the heftiest inflation of life. So I'm going to get straight into it, but before we get into the topic, because I've already introduced it, I just want to ask you guys to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and then if you are already subscribed, welcome back by and just supporting the channel continuously. Welcome back. So thank you very much for supporting the channel. We are, because you keep on coming back and you keep on subscribing and you keep on liking, sharing, and just commenting on the channel and giving us new material to work with. So yeah, thank you very much guys. So we're gonna get straight back into the topic of the day. What are savings challenges, right? So for me, savings challenge is just a way to become more disciplined in your savings journey, right? It's a way for you to actually challenge yourself, and unlike traditional way of saving, right, where you have a goal and then you save money, especially if you're starting out, it's more like a game, right? We know that mentally most of us, we work better with games as compared to just I want this, which is like 10k and I'm saving up for it. And also it challenges you in such a way that let's just say with like wanting to save for a specific goal, you'd want to take out that amount and be like, okay, I've saved 2k, but I need this and this. But when you have a challenge, it's like, no, but I've come so far, like I'm on day 50 of like the 52 weeks challenge, or I'm on week whatever of the 52 weeks challenge, and so forth, right? I'll come to explain the different challenges and so forth. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's basically what savings challenges are all about. And then you benefit from it in terms of like things like discipline. As I've said, that it is more like a challenge compared to just saving up, right? You can do it with your friends, you can do it with your family. You're also competing against yourself. Like yesterday you saved $6, today you're saving $7. Tomorrow you're doing like another challenge, And then some of the possible reasons that you might be thinking of starting out a savings challenge is, one, discipline. A lot of us lack discipline in our savings journey. I will keep on re-emphasizing it. The second one would be that, okay, I've already mentioned in the previous episode where you're setting out a goal for the year and there's some financial implications. So we know that almost everything needs money, right? So when you're saving up and you start the savings challenge, for example, everyone needs an emergency fund, because an emergency can come at any point. It could be a medical emergency, it could be your car, it could be your house, it could be your kids if you have kids, it could be your family, but you need an X amount of emergency fund, right? And what's recommended is usually 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses, or 3 to 6 months worth of your salary. And like if you start a savings challenge at the end of the year, let's just say, for example, you start with the 52-week savings challenge, and whereby you're saving 10 times the week, which yields about 13,780 at the end of the year. So you have that 13,780, and you can in the following year then use that amount as a starting point for your emergency fund, right? Let's just say, for example, your emergency fund is amount that you've set, or the target that you've set for yourself is 27,000. So you have almost half of that, right? When you've saved up for that 52-week saving challenge in the previous year. And as I've said, because savings challenges help you with the discipline and stuff, you will possibly get to that day 365 or that week 52 and so forth. So it really just helps you achieve your goals faster than if you are just thinking, oh, need that 27,000, but that looks like Mount Everest. But the way I was about to say 52 weeks savings challenge, but any savings challenge helps you to just break that Mount Everest into like really small bite-sized pieces, and you start to see yourself achieve, and that, for me, I'm not going to go into the psychology of it all, but it just helps you to get more and more excited about saving, and it helps you to really challenge yourself to want better for yourself in terms of your savings journey, to want more, to want to save more money than you previously had saved. If you start this year, next year you probably want to increase the amount that you saved, and so forth and so forth. So those would be the possible reasons why you'd want to start with a savings challenge. And the different types of savings challenges, so I have about 5 challenges that I'm going to propose for you guys. So depending on what you want to achieve for the year, you will choose one of these. So throughout the entire year, I will be employing everyone that follows this channel to keep at whatever savings challenge that they decided to go with. I will explain the one I chose to go with. As I've already mentioned, I did the 52 weeks challenge last year, whereby every single week you times it by 10. So if we're in week 1, it's 10 times that week. If we're in week 52, it's 52 times that week, and you add all those amounts. So week 1 times 10, week 2 times 2 times 10, which is 30. So 30 for like the 2 weeks, and then week 52 it leads to 13,780. That is just your capital, not including interest and so forth, right? And then so I've basically explained the first 52 weeks savings challenge. So another 52 weeks savings challenge that you could be doing, right, it goes with just saving $10 each week. So instead of the incremental one that yields 13,780, you just save $10 each week. So it'll be 10 for week 1, 10 for week 2, 10 for week 3, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and that will lead to 5,200. So because it's just like 52 times 10, right, which is 5,200. Said you will determine how much money you have to spend on your savings journey, or how much money do you have to spare after your expenses, after your debt, after everything that you need to do on a monthly basis. What can you put away, and what goal do you have, and how much money does it need, and what challenge actually helps you accomplish that goal quicker, right? So I've talked about the 52 weeks challenges, right? So there's another 52 weeks challenge that the Brightlist is doing with the Twitter community, or the Fin Twitter as it's called, right? So Brightlist has been urging people to start with the savings challenges and stuff. So the 3 challenges that I'm going to talk about, I think he has done like the first 2, and then now they're going on the 3rd one, which is a variation of 52 weeks, and it's like a customized 52 weeks, right? So instead of saving $10 each week, they're saving $70 each week, right? So even with the 52 weeks, you don't have to save $10. You can save 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever amount that you want to save. As I've said, whatever challenge that will help you achieve the goals that you're setting out for yourself, right? And after that, you'd have to also analyze how much money do I have to spend, because you don't want to commit to a challenge that you know you can never accomplish. So the 4th challenge that I'm going to talk about is the 10-cent challenge, right? So you save 10 times the day, right? So I'm used to the 52 week savings challenge, hence I'm saying week something. So 10 times day 1, 10 times day 365, and that amount leads to 6,679, right, plus that amount of just your capital. So and the one that I'm challenging myself to do, which I'm not sure exactly where the rest of the amount is going to come from, is the $1 challenge, right? So the $1 challenge is very much similar to the 10-cent challenge. You are saving 1 times that day, so it'll be cumulative, obviously. So 1 times day 1, 1 times day 2, 1 times day 365, and then you add all those amounts up, and they yield 66,795 rands, right? At the end of the year, at the end of day 365, that's how much you will have saved for the year, right? So I've discussed all the different types of savings challenges, and as I've said, don't commit to one that will just lead to you giving up. You want to start with something small, even if like you have the money. If you know maybe you don't have the discipline, then maybe start with the 52 weeks where you're saving 10 rand each week, right? And then at the end of the year you have 5,200. You have an additional 5,200 to do whatever in December, right? Which interest bearing facility or service provider should you consider when you're doing these challenges, right? So I would suggest one of the two, but I haven't used African Bank, so I'm not sure about their services and I'm not sure about fees structure, right? So with Time Bank, I've used Time Bank for my savings challenges and it works perfectly. For one, it has one of the highest interest rates. So with these savings challenges that I'm proposing, I don't think any other bank will have competitive like interest rates. So either use African Bank or Time Bank. But as I've said, I'm not sure about the fee structure of African Bank, but I just know their interest rates are really good, and just go and find out if it's more compatible with what you want to go with. If not, just sign up online with Time Bank and start saving because they've got goal saves. One of the recommendations that I'll have to make, right, which as I've mentioned, Brightless has been doing this with quite a number of people on Twitter. He also recommends this, is that you actually start with the higher amounts, right? So as much as it's day one and you're supposed to save day one times that amount, right? Let's just say you're doing the 1 rand challenge, you actually start your day one becomes your day 365. So you should save, it should be the inverse of that day actually. So then what that does is that it helps you raise enough funds so that you can benefit from the interest, right? So we know when you have a high amount, then you get more interest than if you start with these 10 bucks, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, you know. Then if maybe let's just say for the 52-week saving challenge you have 520, 530, 540, oh the way I was like 540, 520, 510, 500 and 490. If you add them all together, it's plus 2k, right? So that's the first month you'd have started it inversely, right? Instead of going like 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40, right? So that's just about 100 bucks, right? So you'll be getting 100 bucks multiplied by whatever interest rate, which is not going to give you that much. But if you start with the 2k, you'll get a higher interest rate. So if possible, start with the harder months, right, which is like your Decembers, your November, your Octobers, and so forth. So also there are various apps that you can use to assist you with keeping track. I use the 52 weeks app, right? So I will link it just on the side, and actually just after this I'll link it and just show you how I use it and how you set it up and so forth. So thank you very much, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed the episode and you are eager to start your savings challenge and your savings journey. If you haven't started your savings journey, if you have started your savings journey, I hope you're going to just make it a bit steeper for yourself. So what's the point of, like, you know, staying stagnant? Like already you know that you can maybe save 10k. That is no longer a challenge. Try 20, try 30, try 50. You know, it's possible if you challenge yourself just a bit more and more, so that you don't just save 10%. You can even save 40% of your salary if you don't have a lot of debt, if you don't have a lot of responsibility in your life that you're taking care of, like black tax and so that at the end of the day we go from savings to investment, and we'll discuss investments next week, and I hope you're going to tune in as well. So thank you very much, and let's make money in the year 2021. So love you guys. As promised earlier on, I'm just going to take you guys through basically downloading the 52 weeks money challenge app. That just helps you to track like the various challenges that you're going to have. The only challenge that I know you can't track is the 10-cent one. So yeah, you just go to the normal Play Store or whatever app store that you're using, right? And then you just search for the 52 weeks managed savings challenge, and then to choose the third option that pops up. Well, if you're using an Android, the one with the green navy blue color. So after it is installed, we're just gonna open it up and set it up. I hope you are following me and you are actually doing the process as you're watching the video, so that you have the app on your phone and you can start tracking the various amounts that you need to be saving on a daily basis and how much they accumulate to. So we're just going to open the app and set it up quickly. So the very first thing that you're going to do when you open the app is actually say what exactly are you doing, set your goal. So my goal would be the £1 challenge, right? So that's what I'm going to name it, whatever challenge that you're going to be doing. So if it's 52 week savings challenge, then you just say that, and then you also select the mode that you're going to be using. So we're going to be using the 52 weeks challenge and not the fixed amount saving or the target amount savings. And then the currency, we're just going to select ZAR, since it's the South African currency. So after that has been set up, we then select which challenge amount do you want to go with. So I'm going to select 1 since I'm doing the £1 challenge, and you'll see why I selected 1 when we go to the next setting, right? So you can't really select 0.1, so you can select any number that's less than 1. So if you're doing the 70-cent challenge or 50-cent challenge, it's going to be hard to actually get them one. So here I'm just trying to show you guys that if you say 0 and 0 point something, it doesn't have that option, unfortunately. So 1 is the smallest number you can go with. So then we select that £1 and go to now setting it up as to, is it on increments and increments of a week, increments of a day, or increments of a month, right? So you see with the current option, if it's increments of a week, we only get to 1,378, and if it's in increments of days, then we get to 66,795, which is the goal that I'm trying to go for, right? So once that is set up, one thing you have to be wary of is that the start date will always be the day that you download the app. So you just have to set it to the start date of the year and not when you downloaded the app, because you're obviously going to backdate and catch up on whichever days that you've missed in the year, right? So yeah, that's basically it. So now we can go on to more settings. We then set the reminder on when exactly do we want to be notified by the app that we need to save up X amount of money, if it's on a weekly or daily basis, right? And then so what you're going to notice right now is that it has already selected up to day 8, right? Because we are on day 9, so that's what it's doing right there. So another thing that you must be wary of is that the app has a lot of ads, but I don't mind those ads since I don't use it for a lot of things. Once I've set it up like this, the only thing that I'll be doing here is just coming and checking how much money have I made, and how much money am I saving, and all those things. So I don't worry myself too much about the ads. So thank you very much for watching, guys.